Ba 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 ba. 2-bit review. Ba 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 ba. 2-bit Jesus reviews, ports and remasters,
and backwards compatibility. Ski ba 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 da ba da beep ba ba doo.
What is up, my dudes? It's 2-bit Jesus back for another 2-bit compares, and today we are taking a look at Halo on the original Xbox versus the Master Chief version of Halo. Now, before I start, I'd just like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. The reason I'm actually taking a look at Halo is because typically I always play a new Halo game when it releases, and it always releases around November, so while Halo isn't a Thanksgiving game, quite a few of my Thanksgiving gaming memories are tied around Halo. Now, you might be wondering why there are 3 screens here to display. Well, the Halo Master Chief Collection has 2 different views you can go from. You can do the classic view, or you can do the new view here, which is basically a port of the 360 version. Now, I could have went crazy and done every version, original Xbox versus 360 backwards compatibility versus Anniversary Edition versus like the Xbox One version of Master Chief Collection versus the Xbox One X versus the Xbox Series X. I could have gone really crazy, but there's no need to go that crazy. Now, the Master Chief Collection and even the Halo Anniversary Edition, they both actually use the PC port, so they're not direct ports of the original Xbox version. And as you can see here, there is a big visual difference between the games. Now, they all play roughly the same. You're going to get the same gameplay, that great Halo gameplay, but at least when you're comparing the classic, which is at the top right here, and the original is by far the best visually. They cut some corners on when they made this port here, because there's some missing textures, lighting effects, what have you. For some reason, the PC port was missing a lot of what was in the original game on the Xbox. So if you want to experience Halo in its original form, look no further than getting an original Xbox and a copy of Halo Combat Evolved, because that's the only way you're going to get that experience. Now, when you go to the updated modern graphics, I think they look great. I actually think they did a pretty good job of tying the first installment visually with the rest of the series, where, I mean, you can play the original Halo games and you can see how the game evolves, and how they evolve, but going back, at least as a storyteller, I can see how visually you would want it to fall more in line with your Halo 3 and your Halo Reach and whatnot. So, but like I said, the one here, I was playing this on the Xbox One X actually, with the Master Chief Collection. For some reason I had to pause there. I don't know why, but I did. But it looks really great. I love how beautiful it looks. Now, that being said, if I want to experience Halo in its original form, I'm going to go to my original Xbox, because just compare the top right screen to the original here, and if you pay attention, like I said, to like the shielding, especially the shielding on the Jackals, you'll see that the Halo Master Chief Collection version is missing some lighting effects. It's missing some textures here and there. I don't even think the light looks quite right when you like turn the flashlight on at the ground. The details just seem to pop better on the original version compared to the classic mode of the Halo Master Chief Collection. I don't know what. I mean, it's kind of like, come on, Microsoft, what happened? Like, and I guess there's no way they can go back and patch it, because I assume they think, well, everyone's going to play it with the new modern graphics. So it is definitely, you have to buy the original console and the game to get the original experience, because you're not going to get that with any future port of this game, because there's some things that are missing here. Here, as you can tell, I did not capture footage on the classic mode on the Master Chief Collection of me coming out of that tunnel. for some weird reason, I captured me going into the tunnel. So that's why that screen looks a little different. So anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, right here. This is going to show you exactly what I was talking about. I just feel like the lights pop better on the original compared to the classic mode. And this level really showcases that. It just looks, I don't know, it looks smoother, more natural, where on the classic mode, or I guess the PC version of Halo 1, it doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't look as smooth to me. It looks a little rough. Maybe that's just my own bias there, my own personal taste there, but I really do think that the lighting just works so much better on the original version of Halo. Again, just to say, that being said, the gameplay isn't different. It's still that solid Halo gameplay, but if you're used to the game having a distinct visual style to it, then when you play on classic mode on the MCC, it's going to be different from what you remember. And if you do a direct comparison, you'll start to really see it. It's those little details that will really pop out to you. And yeah, with that again being said, original Xbox version for the classic look is the way to go, not the MCC collection. But the modern graphics on MCC look pretty dang good, so those are enjoyable. So, with that being said, I hope you guys have a happy and wonderful Thanksgiving if you do celebrate that. And you know what? Let's play some Halo, because like I said earlier, it's not a Thanksgiving game, but it is typically I go back to the Halo franchise every November because, like I said, it's when a new Halo game would release and I would play it. So, if you guys would please hit that like button and smash that subscribe button and ding the bell, that way you don't miss a thing we are doing here. And as always, stay safe and play on.